I-
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. And today we are doing all about thieves. And if you have been curious about how to get more chemicals, more toxins out of your home, and we're going to talk about why you might want to do that, this is definitely the class for you. All about thieves. I have my thieves laundry soap right here, as well as
Great.
lots of other thieves products. So does Terry. Terry, absolutely. I think all of us are in love with our thieves line. There you go. Everybody's talking about.
Okay, everybody, good morning, everybody. Let's have everybody put in the chat, Beverly. What is like one of your all-time favorite Thieves products? It's going to be tough. I don't think we
It is.
could choose one, could we?
Oh, Mia's got her thieves mints over there.
Oh, the mints. I love it. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
I honestly could not live without these guys. I'm sorry. I'm
Those
sorry.
lozenges are amazing. Well, I am Beverly Banks, the assistant to all and silver leader. Terry is our amazing Royal Crown Diamond. If you want to say hi, Terry.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We love you guys.
And Elizabeth is an amazing gold leader and also the daughter of the amazing Terry Seacrest.
Ah,
This
well,
sounds
thank
like a
you. Thank
mutual
you.
admiration society. I just want to say hello to all the amazing team members out there. We are creating this class today, guys, really and truly for the beginner, someone that just has jumped into Young Living and you are not exactly sure about what is Thieves? What is that all about? So Beverly and Elizabeth suggested that they create a class just for Thieves, and it's going to be amazing. So get your pen and paper ready and get ready to take some notes because you're going to learn about one of the greatest powerhouses you could possibly have in your family for your everyday health care.
Yes, and this is actually a grow workspace class, you guys. So it's amazing. It's a lot of education that has been put together. So let's take a look. I'm going to jump in to these beautiful slides. Now, one thing that you're going to notice though is that this is the old product bottles. Okay, you guys, so we do have new product bottles now. And so if you are going to order your thieves, it may not be this exact bottle. Okay, we're doing a little bit of switch over. So just in case you get confused, that's why. same amazing product, just a little bit of a different bottle. So welcome everyone. And here at the Royal Dream Team, we have a fairly simple philosophy when it comes to what you should consider when you're looking at just going on a health journey and living as vibrantly as possible. And that's following 3 steps. Number 1, getting chemicals out of your house. Number 2, getting nutrition into your body. And number 3, supporting your body with essential oils and lovely oil infused supplements. Okay, so it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. This class is really focused on getting chemicals out of your body. And you might ask yourself, like, well, why should I even bother? Like, cleaner is cleaner, right? And well, the American Lung Association actually explains how many common household cleaning products can lead to terrible health. And if you've never Googled it or done a search on how the American Lung Association actually feels about cleaners, you should really, I mean, take a deep dive into that because it will make you go, how is it even allowed in American culture for all these chemicals to be there, right? So when you're choosing products for your home, it can be a little bit confusing because so many big companies have actually picked up on the idea that we are now looking for more green products. We're looking for products with less chemicals for our bodies and also products that are a little bit more environmentally friendly. And so when you're going down the chemical aisle, the cleaning aisle at your grocery store and that laundry aisle, you're going to see things like, this is clean and clear, and this one's scent free, and all of these. It can be so confusing, you guys. That's why I love the easy button, because that's what Young Living has created for us. They have literally created a chemical free easy button for us to know that what we are using is going to be helping our body as opposed to taking away from it. So one of the products that you're going to find if you head down the chemical aisle is actually formaldehyde. And you might say, like, formaldehyde, doesn't that work in embalming? Yes, because it's a preservative, okay? But that preservative is also in lotions, it's in cosmetics, it's in baby wipes. And the crazy thing is that formaldehyde is a known carcinogen that can cause skin and respiratory inflammation, right? And like irritation. So especially if you're a little baby, sometimes that formaldehyde can be really irritating to the lungs. The other item too that you can find a lot of are phthalates. And phthalates are a group of chemicals that are actually found primarily in personal care products, but it's in a lot of plastics, it's in a lot of vinyls. But these guys affect your endocrine system, your reproductive health, and can even potentially cause cancer. And then you have your VOCs, which are your volatile organic compounds. And these are gases that are emitted into the air. Some are found in buildings, home products, personal care products, shampoos, even things like glues and permanent markers. But they are also in cleaning products, especially ones that you spray into the air. And those can cause, breathing them in can cause eye, nose, and throat irritation, as well as difficulty breathing. They can make you nauseous, and they can even damage your central nervous system and other organs as well, which is why so many of those chemicals will actually say that you want to use them in a well-ventilated area. So it's like, hey, instead of just hurting yourself in your own lungs, put it out there into the air to go everywhere else. I mean, sometimes I think the logic is a little odd, okay?
I have actually heard, Bev, that inside our home is more toxic than like walking down the street in New York City.
Oh yeah, isn't that crazy? I've actually heard that too, because of all of those, especially if you don't clean out your air ducts, like
Yeah.
it can get stuck in the dust that's in your air ducts. Now, what's interesting is that sodium lauryl sulfate, you guys, this one, I don't know why this one is the one that like irritates me the most, no pun intended, okay? Emotionally irritates me. Sodium lauryl sulfate does one thing, and that's bubble, okay? But and so they're in everything: toothpaste, laundry detergents, dishwasher. If it bubbles and it's not chemical free, typically it's going to have sodium lauryl sulfate in it. And it leads to skin irritations, but you guys, it's also an endocrine disruptor. And it can lead to reproductive health if you're exposed enough to it. So, like, imagine if it's in your shampoo, and then it's in your body wash, and then it's in your dish soap, and then it's in your dishwasher soap, just everywhere. And
Hey,
it's
Bev.
bubbling. Crazy. Yeah, go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, I just love what you're saying. And just to add to that, since this is kind of a class for new people today, I'm going to repeat something we said last week, which is the book Never Fear Cancer by Frances. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, never fear cancer again.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you have it right there. While she's looking for it, he states that all diseases have two things in common. Number one, nutritional deficiency, and number two, chemical toxicity, meaning that your body has so many chemicals in it, it has just become toxic. And we all know that the liver is a wonderful organ that can do so many things in the body, but the liver also has its limits. I can only imagine the liver looking at some of us and going, stop putting all that in your body. I can't work fast enough. So Never Fear Cancer Again is a book I would highly recommend to every living, breathing American, because to take care of your children and your grandchildren, it is critical to have this information. So chemical toxicity, the second thing that causes all diseases. Okay.
Yes, and this book right here, so it's Raymond Francis. You were
There we go.
close.
There we go.
Raymond Francis, and the forward is by Harvey Diamond. But this was actually a book that we did on book club, you guys. It took us almost 10 months to go through it. And let me tell you, it's very beefy language. If you like all the details, this book is going to have them. But at the end of the day, it follows that same track. Get your chemicals out, get all of your nutrition in, and just support with supplements. So I'm only going to mention two other things that you should be on the lookout for when it comes to your products. And let me just tell you, zero of Young Living products have any of these items in there. So if you don't want to have to sit there and compare labels and stuff like that, that's why the Thieves line exists. So easy. So triclosan, it was found in a lot of antibacterial hand soaps and hand sanitizers, okay? However, it's also found in some toothpaste and deodorants, cosmetics, plastic, all of this other stuff. It turns out now triclosan has been illegal in European countries for forever. They never even let it in, okay? But here in the US, I don't know why we do this, you guys, but we do. So it has been kicked out of antibacterial hand soaps and hand sanitizers. It was found to affect the thyroid and the endocrine system, and it was banned by the FDA, but only in antiseptic washes. So you can't have it in antibacterial hand soaps and hand sanitizers anymore. But guess what? For whatever reason, you can still have it in things like toothpaste and cosmetics and clothing and all sorts of things. It just blows my mind, right?
That's so crazy. Yeah.
Isn't that insane? And so last but not least, you guys, if you are finding just the general word fragrance, you could potentially be in trouble, okay? If you want to know more about that, watch the documentary called Stink that is on Netflix and Amazon Prime. It will absolutely fill in all of the details about the chemicals that are allowed to exist in fragrance. But these chemicals are often linked to cancer, to reproductive issues and developmental toxicity, as well as causing allergies and other sensitivities. So for me, I'm like, why take the risk, right? But listen, we actually have some really good news because you will not find any of those ingredients in any Young Living product. Especially in the Thieves line. You can trust that what you're purchasing is completely safe, safe for you, safe for your children, safe for your pets. Young Living also never uses any artificial dyes. They don't use any harsh chemicals or synthetic fragrances. I mean, how wonderful is that? All of the scents that you smell in the Thieves line, and it smells good, you guys. I mean, I've had people comment, when I'm doing a load of laundry, like, oh my gosh, what's that scent? Yeah, it's natural, you guys, and it's right from the laundry soap. So let's talk about Thieves in particular. And Elizabeth, I know that you are absolutely in love with Thieves. Can you tell us a little bit of background on it?
Well, what's so fun about Thieves is Young Living actually started out with just the blend of Thieves. And there's a super fun story behind it. So I think sharing the story will help folks kind of understand the word thieves because I've told it to some like non-Young Living people that have never heard of thieves before. And they're like, why? Why is it named that? And I have to say, think of a thief that goes out and steals, but you've got multiple thieves. And so they're like, oh, okay, I get it. The word thieves, right? But what's interesting is our blend of Thieves now contains a blend of clove, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, rosemary, and lemon essential oil. So, what happened was the name of Thieves was inspired by a legend of four 15th century French thieves who actually formulated and wore a special aromatic combination of the clove, rosemary, and vinegar and other botanicals that they thought would provide protection while they were going out and stealing. And this was during a time where there was lots of sickness going around. And so they were just going and robbing dead people lying on the side of the street. And
Right.
they weren't getting sick. So the authorities actually caught them, as the story goes, and they were offered a lesser punishment if they would divulge to the king the secret to their immunity, despite being exposed to a highly infectious disease. And so that's pretty interesting, right? If we think of clove, rosemary, and vinegar, just those two. And so I would encourage everyone to go on to PubMed, for instance, and that is a very scientific hub, and just type in clove essential oil and see the different studies that come up. Type in rosemary, type in cinnamon bark, and you'll start to see why, like how these specific oils have actually been studied And then because they're in the Thieves blend, you know what it has the potential to do. So what's just fun is that thankfully Young Living took all those ingredients and Gary created the Thieves Essential Oil blend, and it was just a blend for a while. People started doing a lot of DIY things, like mom and I started hearing, oh, put thieves in with your dish soap and it'll smell better, or in with your laundry detergent, it'll smell better. You know, put some thieves vitality on your toothbrush and it'll be a great freshener for your mouth. So Young Living started catching on to all the different ways that individuals were wanting to use thieves. And over time, they just started coming up with more and more actually products with this thieves blend in it. Um, but I think the wonderful thing to share first and foremost is that Young Living's seed to seal quality standard ensures that when all of those essential oils are grown in the field, cut, um, put in a distiller, distilled at a very low heat, steam distillation process, and then bottled and then tested multiple times, that those essential oils have the most health properties to them, unlike a plant that would just be distilled for like perfume use or other uses out there on the market. So I would encourage you to go to seed2seal.com, seed2seal.com, and learn about our Seed to Seal quality standard, because that's why Young Living is able to have the Thieves Essential Oil bottle and the 15 mil that tells you how to use it topically on the body and aromatically by smelling it, diffusing it. But they also have the Thieves Vitality bottle, which tells you on the label how to use it internally as a dietary supplement. And it only takes a few drops. That's the beautiful thing about essential oils, is they are very potent, so you don't need a lot. But for instance, you could put a drop or two of the Thieves Vitality in a capsule and take it internally, and it's just another way of supporting the body's health.
Yes.
But
Well, and I
that was
want to say this.
absolutely
Oh,
a
sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
fantastic, oh, sorry, honey, a fantastic description. And I love what you said about seed to seal. Such a great thing to really go there and understand. Um, Elizabeth, you may remember there's a funny story about the thieves toothpaste, because all of us that are oil lovers, we pass around information like old car lovers. I mean, we just can't get enough of the information. And Bev, you may remember that there was a story that started circulating when Young Living came out with Thieves toothpaste. People started taking a little drop in their hand and using it like a deodorant. And it turned out to be the best deodorant ever. And people to this day are still using it, at the Thieves toothpaste, as a very, very effective deodorant. So it's just so much fun to learn new things about it.
Yes, yeah, I agree. And here's something really important to know, you guys. The title Thieves or Thieves Blend is not trademarked by Young Living. And so you have to be really careful, because you can go to Target and you might see something that says Thieves Blend on the shelf, but if it doesn't have Young Living, it is not a seed to seal guarantee. And that
Wow.
seed to seal is really you guys, when you can go out and you can look at the plant that is growing out of the ground in an organic way, in a way where weeds are pulled by hand and no chemicals are used for that process, you know that what you're getting in that bottle is absolutely pure. So don't just look for thieves. You've got to make sure that it is Young Living and that it has that seed to seal on it, in order to know that you are getting the Young Living high quality blend. Don't be pulled in by other people that are trying to mimic Young Living Thieves. Um,
Exactly.
so
But
let's go to our first product. And
great.
for some reason, my little trackpad is like being odd.
And I think, Mom, you may know this, but was the Thieves Household Cleaner the first extra product that Young Living created?
Yes, yes, it
I think
was.
it
And
was. So it's been around.
oh,
15
Yeah.
years, 20 years probably.
And you know, Elizabeth, it's so funny because over the years, living in a few different places that we all have lived in, every single time I tell a housekeeper, I'm just letting you know, we don't use any chemicals at all. This is what we're gonna, what you're gonna use. They all end up becoming customers because they tell me that when they clean other people's houses, they feel kind of tired and yucky and stuffed up in their nose. And every time they clean our home with Thieves, they feel great afterwards. So, yes, honey, it was the first one that came out.
Good.
So the Thieves Household Cleaner, you guys, is plant-based and it is ultra concentrated. So what that means is it only takes 1 capful to every 2 cups of water. And you can get, how much is it? 32 16-ounce spray bottles worth of cleaner? I forget how many, but it's a lot.
Let's see,
Oh, 28.
28. You can 28 bottles. That is phenomenal. And right now, this Thieves Household Cleaner, I believe, is $24 for a 14.4 fluid ounce bottle. And so it makes so many spray bottles of your basic cleaner. Now, Bev, you can go into the uses if you want, but it's fun knowing that we can have a stronger solution or a lighter solution depending on the jobs we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I think we have some of the recipes here coming up too. So
Yeah, at
stay
the end.
tuned for those. But you guys in the kitchen, let me just tell you something, which is funny. I've got to call myself out here for a minute. And that is like when the whole organic movement first started, um I would make fun of people who would have or would care about having soap that was chemical free. Okay. And so I would like see the little chemical free soap and I would be like, oh my gosh, look at your free range soap. You better go out and get your free range soap. But there was something that I just didn't understand, and that was being exposed to chemicals. Okay. Until I had my own health scare, I hadn't really thought about it. But let's think about it together just really quick. So if you have your dish soap, and I hand wash my dishes. I don't actually have a dishwasher, okay? But if you do, you're sticking your dish soap into your dishwasher or you're using your liquid soap on your sponge and you're rinsing off your plates, right? Well, you guys, that chemical stays on that plate and you'll have a little bit of residue if you pull it out of your dishwasher and you're going to have just a little bit of residue, even if you do your best job, washing it off. So first of all, you're exposed while you're cleaning, of course, but then afterwards, those chemicals are going to hold on to your plate and then you're going to put hot food on top of that. And that hot food is going to get those little bit of microchemicals in them. And when you ingest them, you're eating off of a fork and off of a plate and drinking out of a glass that have all been exposed to those little microchemicals, those forever chemicals, if you will. And a lot of information about forever chemicals keep coming out. That's why you want to think about your dish soap and also your laundry soap and other things like that. So I'm just saying, if you're one of those, if you're like me and you're a skeptic and you're like, oh my gosh, organic free range soap, like it matters.
It absolutely does. And even think about the soap getting in our water supply. Of course, once it leaves our house, it may go be filtered and then recycled and whatever type of a thing. But those chemicals stay in the atmosphere and don't break down very well. So that is something I'm aware of. If I wouldn't take a bucket of water, put my soap in it, wash my dishes, and go pour it on my garden, then why would we just be okay with it being flushed into our water system? Another thought too is that we know when water is hot and our skin is exposed to hot water, like when you're taking a shower, your pores open up and you actually whatever is on you, if there's chlorine in the water, your body's going to soak that chlorine up faster than if it's cold water. Interesting, right? So, same goes if you're washing your dishes and it's hot water with that chemical soap, those toxins are going to soak into your body faster and more effectively, quote unquote, because your pores are already open and ready to receive that. So, that's a little bit of a scary thought.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? And so what I love to do with my Thief soap, you guys, all of these products are actually pretty concentrated. So I take about a third of a cup of the Thieves soap and I put it into a separate bottle with about a third of a cup of water. And I will actually shake it up. I'll put it into like a little foaming, you know, those little foaming bottles that you get. You can either hold on to your Thieves foaming hand soap bottles or you can get a foaming hand soap thing. And it just stretches it right out, you guys. And it gives you the perfect amount because guess what? That Thieves dish soap, it will bubble, but it's not going to bubble like the items that have the sodium lauryl sulfate in it because it doesn't have that inside of the Thieves soap. So when you're
Yeah,
using it, you might be tempted to use more because it's not a big foaming bubbly mess. And so one of the ways that you can help with that is actually by putting it into a little foaming hand soap guy.
that is honestly one of the best hacks with our Thieves products that I would highly recommend. So it definitely helps with all the degreasing aspect of it. Yeah. Can I talk about the fruit and veggie wash real quick? And I know we're trying to be aware of time since we have 20 minutes left.
Yes. Oh, look, there you go. There's your Thieves dish soap pack. You guys can take a little photo of it if you'd
Oh,
like.
perfect. There you go. Perfect. Yes, such a good hack. So the fruit and veggie soak, there is so much that can just be on our fruit and veggies, right? So I think we all know that other people's hands are touching it. It's got some waxes on there. It has some oil-based pesticides and herbicides. If you're not buying organic, even if you are buying organic, though, things like apples, um, have some wax on it. So it is important to get that off because we don't really want to ingest it. And so the Thieves fruit and veggie soak is just paramount. Putting a little bucket of water in your sink and just letting your produce soak in there for a while is awesome. And so what's fun is it just safely and effectively cleans our fruits and veggies. It has the Thieves blend. It also has the Digest blend and the purification blend of essential oils in that soak. And then it's highly concentrated, so you only need to use a tiny little bit and it goes a long way. I will say
Hey,
with
Elizabeth.
this little spray bottle, yeah, just like every time I go camping, I take the little spray bottle with me because then we've got our water tub. I spritz my apples and stuff, um, feel them over and then wash them off and you're good to go. Yeah, mom.
Yeah, some of the newer people on today might be wondering, well, Digest, why would that be in this formula? You guys, Digest is actually phenomenal because it's against parasites. So it can kill parasites. So that's a reason why that is in this formula.
Yeah, and we take the Digest Vitality version. I'll put that in capsules and take it internally periodically. So I do love that that blend is in the Thieves veggie spray.
All right. Terry, do you want to talk about the laundry soap?
Oh, I'm such a huge fan of this. Yes, Bev. And before I do, imagine this, you guys. Imagine that you are using, let's just say, a regular old laundry detergent that you got from the store. And when you read the ingredients on that laundry detergent, you're going to see some of these things like it's up on our screen, like the formaldehyde, the phosphate, synthetic perfume, and so forth. So imagine this, if when you go to bed at night, let's say you sleep 7 or 8 hours, you are like a sandwich. You've got one sheet on the bottom of you. You're the inside of the sandwich, and you got another sheet on top of you, and you are sleeping in those chemicals for 7 to 8 hours. Oh my goodness. This is honestly a disaster. So that is why I am extremely passionate about this product. And it's kind of a joke in our family that one of my nieces has uh, 4 children and 2 very athletic boys. And she swears that she gets, I hope I'm, yeah, 64. There we go. 64 loads of laundry out of one bottle. And these are guys that have the dirtiest socks you could possibly imagine. And
Hmm.
yet she says to Aunt Terry, she said, I'm telling you, those socks come out just amazing. So very, very cost effective, you guys.
Yes, I would agree. And let me tell you, you guys, I have not one but two teenagers, and it does a fantastic job. So here's a little laundry soap pack because again, everything has a nice concentration to it. If you need a little extra boost, okay, especially if like you have grease on your clothes, like you were working on a car or you were doing something like that, you may want to add 3 capfuls of Thieves Household Cleaner. And then you can actually put that, so it's 16 ounces of soap, so about half of the bottle, a few capsules of the household cleaner, and then 16 ounces of filtered water, and shake that until it's incorporated. And you only need about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half for a full load. And so that actually doubles your Thieves laundry soap reach right there. So if you're getting 64 before, 64 loads, you'll now get 128. I hope I did that math right in my head. Nobody check me.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, speaking of the triclosan that we just spoke about being in toothpaste where it can easily be absorbed into your body, you guys, we have Thieves whitening toothpaste and the Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste. Plus, we have Thieves floss and we have the mouthwash. The mouthwash, one of my favorite products, you guys, that Young Living has created in the Thieves line. So here are a few things about the Aroma Bright toothpaste. And if you look at that oily hack down there, that's exactly what Terry was talking about. You can use your Aroma Bright toothpaste as a deodorant. Just a little pea-sized amount rubbed onto your underarms will do the trick, you guys. But do let me warn you, it is not a clear deodorant, okay? So, um,
Well, can I share something neat about the use of Thieves toothpaste? Even if somebody doesn't use it actually as a deodorant, one thing it can do is, oh, how do I say this? Help to cleanse your armpits.
Mhm.
So if you think of those oils just being very cleansing, it's important to detox our armpits. And there's a few Young Living products that are actually really helpful as a detoxer. Um, like using the charcoal face mask. I actually put that on my armpits while I'm taking a bath and scrubbing my hair, type of a thing. Using the Thieves, you may want to use it at night while you're in bed, type of a thing. Wear a sleeveless shirt or something. Because a lot of odor is caused by bacteria that is coming out of our armpits and out of our body, right? So I would say that that's one wonderful use of this. Outside of being used as a toothpaste.
No, that's a great tip, honey. Great tip.
Yeah.
So with the Thieves mouthwash, you guys, okay, the Thieves mouthwash might be a little spicy for some of our younger friends. So again, you can dilute it with some water if you have some little guys. I love the spice though, and let me tell you, I absolutely love the feel. It's 100% alcohol free, no synthetic dyes, no artificial colors, none of that. And it works really, really well. Little side hack for your Thieves mouthwash. If you have some congestion or some coughing, or you've got a little bit of a stuffy chest, I noticed that when I use Thieves mouthwash and I have a little chest stuffiness going on, it helps to open all of that up. And I don't know if it's the scent or if it's the clove or exactly what it is with it, but if I end up coming down with a bad cough, I love using my Thieves mouthwash. And then I know Elizabeth has like a lovely little travel hack for the Thieves mouthwash. But I want to say this as well about the floss. Floss, again, another product, never really thought about it. Okay. I'm like, oh, organic, whatever, floss, blah, blah, blah. You guys, the new information that is coming out about the toxicity of floss and the forever chemicals that are found in typical dental floss. You have to Google it, you guys. You would never believe. I could tell you and you wouldn't believe it. Google floss and toxicity, and you are going to be shocked. All right, Elizabeth, back to
Oh my
you.
goodness. Well, so this little guy, you guys can see, okay, it's your wonderful, just mouthwash from the store in a little travel size container. What I do is I spend the money to buy it and then I dump out the ingredients in it and I fill it with my Thieves mouthwash. So this actually stays in my purse. And when I'm out and about, I just, take a little swig of it, swish it around, spit it out. If if you take it in a little swoosh, it's not even enough to need to swallow. So it just kind of adds a little breath freshener, kind of like taking a mint type of thing, like little swoosh. But the other cool thing is if you don't have toothpaste on hand right away, I also keep one of those little folding toothbrushes in my purse. And that's just my mouth freshener after a dessert or whatever. So that is my favorite little hack. I mean, this thing has saved me on so many occasions.
Yeah, and that's great too to have it right there in your purse too.
Yeah, especially for traveling, you could even have several of these. Like I'll probably take two, if maybe three of these to France because I don't want to take the whole big bottle.
Yeah.
But it'll go in my one will stay at lodging, and then one will be in my purse as we're out and about.
Hey, ladies, just from a marketing standpoint, for anyone that, has a good relationship with your dentist, please talk to them about this because we have a lot of dentists around the country using the Thieves all the dental products in their dental offices. So don't be shy. Ask if they're open to hearing about something natural. They might be open to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Terry. Okay, so let's talk about Thieves soaps really quick too. As you guys know, triclosan was kicked out of all of the antibacterial hand soaps, but other things were allowed to stay in them. So I would like to offer up some Thieves foaming hand soap. Now, we can't label this antibacterial, but what we can say is that it definitely has some good properties. Oh, have I forgotten the word? Disinfectant properties. There you go. And that's in the foaming hand soap and also the bar soap. Guys love the bar soap, and so do doctors. Speaking of doctors and dentists, why do they love it so much? Well, you guys, that cleansing bar soap actually has aloe vera in it to moisturize your skin. So even though it is a fantastic soap and it's a 100% vegetarian, by the way, you guys, your hands are going to feel amazing. And it has a little bit of an exfoliant feel to it because of the oat bran that's in there. So if you like a little bit of an exfoliant soap, the bar soap is fantastic for that. We have your Thieves foaming hand soap. I can't even say enough good things about this. It smells delicious. Thieves lemon, orange essential oils, fantastic for your hands. And the you can actually get the refill bottles so that you don't have to have the little bottles all the time. And the refill bottle, it's 32 ounces and it can go through and refill all of your hand soaps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is your Thieves on the go. We've got Thieves hand sanitizer and Thieves sanitizing spray. And we can actually say that the Thieves spray kills 99.99% of germs. So does the Thieves hand sanitizer. And the sanitizer comes in a small bottle or a big bottle. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I'd love to share a use for the Thieves spray. When I went camping and didn't realize that the last time I put the tent in its bag that it was slightly wet. So when we get camping and there's like 8 of us out there and we're all going to stay in this big tent together, it smelled like musky and it was just I didn't even want to be around it. So I couldn't imagine sleeping in it overnight. So of course my brain goes to thinking, what oils do I have, etc. And I had the Thieves spray. So I just went in there and I just spritzed the entire inside of the tent. And then about half of the way through, I actually ran out of my spray. So then all I did is I just filled it up with water and about 10 drops of the Thieves essential oil. And I went to town and I kept spraying that tent. No joke, sprayed it all the way down, opened the windows, and like an hour later went back and absolutely no smell.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. And if you like to clean off like the handles of your push carts, your
Oh,
buggies when you
yeah.
go to the grocery store, the
Yep.
Thieves spray and the Thieves wipes are fantastic for that. If you're getting on an airplane, Thieves spray, Thieves wipes, fantastic for that. If you're staying in a hotel room, you can spritz down your pillows, the sheets, all of that with the Thieves spray. And
Toilet
that's
seat,
fantastic.
toilet seat, toilet seat. I totally spritz my toilet seats with that Thieves spray. So, Mom, we need to take that to France with us.
Put it on
Absolutely.
the list, ladies.
I just wrote
Yes,
it on my France list, honey.
good, good. And even in your shoes, like if you have shoes that just smell stinky, you sweat in a lot. In my tennis shoes and my riding boots, I totally put my Thieves spray in there.
Mhm.
Well, and with the hand sanitizer, you guys as well, especially people in the medical field love it because again, it doesn't dry out your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
That was probably with the doctors that I have given this to, that was probably the number one thing that they said is that they were shocked that it didn't dry out their skin. So of course it does say toilets under the Thieves spray in this slideshow. So Elizabeth, you're not the only one about the toilet seats.
It's
Oh, and
true.
you don't need to rinse it. By the way, you guys, no rinsing after using the Thieves spray. Just spray it on, let it sit there and do its germy kill thing, and you can just leave the droplets on there. And then, of course, you have your Thieves wipes, which are now in this beautiful little dispensing guy, if you get the dispenser. Otherwise, it's actually in a plastic pack, or it's not really plastic, I guess. It's almost like metal, but it's fully recyclable packaging.
That's awesome.
All right, so we talked about chemicals out, right? And then we talk about nutrition in. Okay, this isn't exactly nutrition, but it is ingestible, Thieves. You guys, these cough drops, when my kiddos are all stuffed up, this is the one thing that they beg for are the Thieves cough drops. They're absolutely amazing and a staple here in the Banks household. And then I know Terry loves the lozenges, and you guys, people who love the lozenges versus people who love the cough drops, we just battle it out all day long. Okay. The biggest difference between the two is that the cough drops have a lot more menthol in it. And menthol, which comes from peppermint, is known to settle down a cough. And that's why they can actually be referred to as cough drops. The lozenges actually don't have that heavy menthol element in them. They're a little bit more clovey than the cough drops are. But let me just tell you that they are very effective for your throat and still very highly recommended. And then, of course, we have the Thieves mints, which Mia has over there. She was showing the Thieves mints earlier. Thieves mints are fantastic. There we go. Fantastic for so many things, especially a nice fresh breath. And this is the Thieves Vitality down here. Antioxidant properties, little gentle cleanse to your digestive system, provides general wellness and support. And it's just fantastic to put a couple of drops in your Thieves and just help to stay overall, it supports your overall and general wellness. All right, so open up your phones, start snapping some pictures, okay? These are, oh, by the way, you guys, those Thieves mints are naturally sugar-free, by the way.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I love the Thieves mints, and what I'll even do is just suck on about a quarter of it, put it back in the wrapper, and save the rest for later. If you need a little breath freshener, similar to the mouthwash swig, I mentioned, just go ahead and do that with the Thieves mint. You definitely don't need to take the whole thing. Before I get on an airplane, that is the one thing I do is I put a Thieves lozenge or cough drop in my mouth because I just love the Thieves essential oil, and the wonderful immune boosting properties that it has.
Yes, it's amazing for that. And as you guys are looking at these recipes, that floor cleaner, you guys, I actually added, so I did my Thieves household cleaner in there, the 5 drops of lemon, because I just love the smell of lemon. Sometimes I'll do 5 drops of peppermint as well, because peppermint is just amazing. But I also added a scoop of our Thieves dishwasher cleaner into the floor cleaner, and my floors looked brand new, you guys. I can't even tell you. It was amazing, all the stuff that it took off of there. It looked like my floor just went in.
That's awesome, especially for getting some of the grit and the griminess off of a floor is a great hack.
Now, here is your Thieves DIY scrub. But let me tell you that since this has come out, because I don't think it was mentioned, we actually have the Thieves Kitchen and Bath Scrub. So if you are not a DIYer, pick up the Thieves Kitchen and Bath Scrub, which is one of my absolute favorite products, you guys. And then as Elizabeth had mentioned earlier, You can adjust your Thieves cleaner based upon what you're using it for. And she had mentioned the heavy degreaser. So this is the heavy degreaser, you guys. Instead of one capful of Thieves, you're actually going to put 3 capfuls of Thieves. So it's still not a ton of Thieves, you guys. And then the all-purpose cleaner, 1 capful towards for a 16-ounce bottle, or 2 cups of water, as it said on the other slide. Both of those are amazing. And one of the things that I love to do also, you guys, with this DIY laundry whitener is I will actually take it and put it in a little roll-on so that, and you can use it as like a stain stick. So instead of having like, I'll put it in a mason jar, but also you can put that into a little roll-on, bring it with you. While you guys are in France, you might want one, just a little stain stick that you can put on all of the amazing food sloppiness that might happen. You never know. So here is our line of Thieves products, you guys, and the kitchen and bath scrub is actually in this photo. It's
Oh, there we
here.
go. Yes, it works
Yeah,
so
it didn't
good.
make it into the actual slideshow. But there it is, you guys, so many Thieves products. And I would encourage you, if you are just getting started with Thieves, um, I would love to encourage you to grab one of our Thieves kits. And so if you will give me just one moment, I actually want to pull them up so that you can see what is available.
And
Perfect.
there's always a great savings when you get a kit. There's you can just count on it. It's going to be less expensive than just buying them individually.
Yes, yes. And
Yes,
what's fun is Young Living has the loyalty kit as well, which I think gives you 8% off of all the products when you purchase it as a loyalty kit.
yes. And just in case you're unsure as to how to search for things, I thought I would just show you.
There you go. Great. You're the master of the computer, Beverly. Thank you for sharing your masterful skills with us.
This is when my internet slows down and it's like, we're going to take forever to go to the website.
Oh no.
Here, let me stop sharing really quick.
Hmm.
Sometimes the act of sharing just slows things down.
So can I just say one DIY thing that I'm gonna do for our France trip is get a little bottle like you put your shampoo conditioner in and actually put some laundry detergent in it, because even though
Mm,
we're one of the places we stayed in says they have all natural products, I just love Thieves laundry detergent, and I think it's worth
mm,
bringing your own so your clothes don't end up smelling like anything you
mm.
don't want them to smell like out
Great
there
idea.
when we're traveling. I'm going to take that this week too.
Great idea, honey.
That's a great idea. So one of the kits that we have, and I don't know if you guys saw how I got to it. Now, even though you're already a member, you can still pick up a starter bundle, and I do it all the time. So click shop, skedaddle all the way over here, and the first place we're going to go to is starter bundles. This is your Make a Shift Happy and Home kit, and here's all of the new labels, you guys. I promise you
Mhm.
labels. This is what they look like. So this is the kitchen and bath scrub, the dish soap, the concentrated Thieves cleaner, the Thieves laundry soap, a bottle of lemon, and a bottle of Thieves, all in one package for $115 or 100 PV. This is a fantastic kit. And it's
Mhm.
definitely, I actually buy one of these about every 3 months or so, and just to replenish my Thieves stock. So it's definitely one that I really enjoy. Now we're going to go to kits and collections. And I believe our other Thieves kit is right over here. Oh, there's your Make a Shift right there. And there we go. Thieves Home Loyalty Bundle. Oh, it looks like we might be out for right now. But this Thieves Home Loyalty Bundle, it also has the hand soap component, as well as the Thieves wipes and some Thieves dishwasher tablets as well. So you get the cleaner, you get the soap, you basically get everything that was there before, plus the wipes and the dishwasher dishwashing liquid.
Mhm. That's awesome. So awesome. So yeah, and it's interesting. The new packaging is very basic, but I kind of like the two-tone. You just have to get used to actually reading the label so you don't mix up the bottles a little bit. But I think it'll be a
Well,
great learning curve
Elizabeth, you
for
may
us.
remember, and Bev, when we were at convention last year, When you turn that bottle over to the back side, there's a QR code you can click on, and
Mm-hmm.
it will show you a fantastic video all
Yeah.
about thieves. And it's just beautiful. So we love it.
Yes. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and spending some time with us to learn about the Young Living Thieves line. Guys, Young Living just has so much for us, and I'm so thrilled because I'm busy, I'm a busy parent, busy working businesswoman, and it is hard for me to sit there and compare labels and try to decide what's the best for myself and my family. And Terry, Elizabeth, Mia, I'm telling you guys, I am just so happy that there is a company that I can trust, that I know if I pick something up from there, it's going to have non-GMO products in it. It will be chemical free. There's not going to be anything harsh in there that's going to harm my body. And as a matter of fact, with the essential oils that are actually in these products, it helps your body be healthier. And
Mhm.
I just can't say enough good stuff about it. Terry, what would you like to say about Thieves?
Well, I realize we're out of time. I think this class was fantastic. I really hope we can get it out there. In fact, girls, those beautiful little graphics with the recipes, let's put those up on the Royal Dream Team so that everybody can have those recipes. But thank you guys so much. Anybody watching online, anybody watching this after the fact, you guys, we are given one body that's going to last us a lifetime. And so to teach this to our children and to teach this to our grandchildren, that is how we're going to turn the health around in America. We have way too much disease that is so unnecessary. And Young Living is so generous, like Bev said, so generous. So thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Elizabeth. Great presentation.
Yes, you're very welcome. Elizabeth, do you want to make our closing statement here?
Well, to talk about generational legacy, the Thieves kit was actually the first kit I ever bought, I think, because it was right before I went to college and I knew that I wanted all of the Thieves products. So back then it was the toothpaste, it was the household cleaner. They didn't have the laundry detergent, but I had Thieves oil, I had a diffuser, and those were just things that I marched right into my dorm room and just said, "Hey guys, this is what we're cleaning with." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And if friends were feeling a little under the weather, I'm like, "I'm diffusing this." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And it worked. So that was me as a 19-year-old getting started with Young Living, having used the product since I was 6, but starting it as an adult. And I honestly, I don't know where I'd be without the Young Living products. So I'm so thankful to the company, thankful to Mother for just teaching her children how to use all these products, and love sharing it now. So you guys, if you watch this video and it means something to you and you have friends that need this information, just please go ahead and share it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, you guys, and thank you all. Come look for us on another amazing Wednesday Wisdom, and have a great Wednesday, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.